Hi everyone, it's Bev DeBono, and I have super cute technique for you all, and it is using 1-inch strips placed on a diagonal. And I'm having so much fun with this one because you can use it and put your strips. We all have leftover scraps from a lot of our collections, and you can mix and match collections depending on, if your papers go together. But what I love about this particular technique is that you can have your stripes going at the edge. You can have them going up and down like this, which is fun as well. You can have them going this way, which is very interesting. Or again, if you put it this way, you can have your stripes matching up at the top. So this is a fun technique that you can use for any collection and just a lot of fun. And you can put mats down the side, or I had also placed some mats on a diagonal. And this one looks really well this way as well. This one was Birthday Bonanza. That's the Birthday Bonanza pack. So, and you can also use circles for these, for your photos. So a really fun technique. So what you need are 1-inch strips. You need about 8 of them, and they should coordinate. And then you need whatever paper you want for your mats. A lot of these were from mat packs from collections. So what I'm going to use is some coordinating strips from the riveting collection, the home collection. And you need a base paper. So when I look for my papers, I line them up and I try to see like what order I want to put them in so that they can really do the best. Like I wouldn't necessarily put a stripe next to a design paper, but I might, I could definitely switch a blue with a brown or something like that. But I try not to put two big designs together and with something a little bit more tonal in between. Like this one had a big pattern and then tonal and then a stripe was the third color. So I think that might work a little bit better on the papers. Okay, so we need to cut 1-inch by 12-inch strips, and we need 8 of them. 4 going on the side and 4 going across in the other direction. So just find whatever papers you're going to use. And if you're using 4 different ones, then you need 2 of each color. But basically just 1-inch strips. And 1-inch by 12-inch, and that's the easiest way to start it. You will have a little excess, not to worry, because we can use them on the 1-inch around the edge, which will be my another technique class. Okay, there's 2 of those. So we need 8 altogether. And sometimes when you have strips, I tend to put my finger in the middle of the rails just to hold the paper straight. You could put a little tape on the back of your paper, or a little tape on your strip, your cutting strip, a little repo tape, just so long as you remember to wipe it off. And that will keep it in place. Okay, so once you have your 8 strips, the key really is where you are going to put them on the page. So I'm going to use repositionable tape for everything. So I'm going to take out my mat. And I'm going to see my, again, this is my, I'm just playing around with the sequence of colors here. And I think I like the way that that looks for right now. So the easiest thing to do is to start your first strip. And I'm going to put repositionable tape all the way on this first strip. Okay, so I'm going to put it all the way on. And then I'm going to line it up, and I'm using my mat for this. I'm going to line the top part off at the side on the left at 11.5 inches. And the bottom is going to go to 6 inches. Okay, so 11.5 on the side and 6 inches on the bottom. So that means I'm going to angle this. Now this has an up and a down. This has a direction. So make sure if you're using paper that had a direction, I just noticed that. So 11.5 on the side is where the tip of one of my strips is going to go. And I'm going to just put my thumb on it. And then I'm going to slide the bottom down to about the 6-inch mark. Make sure that your base is right on your mat. Okay, so 11.5. Oh, it keeps moving. I'm going to just put a little repo right there on my 2 edges there of my base here so that it stays in position. Okay, so the tip of the first strip, the upper right tip, is going to go to 11.5 on your side. Hold it down with your thumb and then slide the bottom so that the tip goes to about the 6-inch mark. Okay, play with it because it's going to be just a little shy of it, but not to worry, it's fine. Okay, and then smooth that down. All right, and now you're ready for your next one. Okay, and you're going to go real close. You're going to just leave about a maybe about 1/8 of an inch between each one. The key one is your very first one. So I'm just leaving about 1/8 of an inch between each one. And I know you like numbers. So if I were to tell you it's 8 1/4 at the side and then 4 maybe 3/4 on the bottom. Okay, then I'm putting my next one. And that's going to go probably at 6 inches. Oh, and then, but it's just 1/8 of an inch I'm just leaving. Okay, then my last one. So just about 1/8 of an inch in between. Okay, and then I have, oh, I got a little white spot down here, and I will take care of that once I do the other side. Okay, so now we have these little tails hanging over the edge of our paper. Not a problem. I'm just going to put these in my trimmer, and I'm just going to cut them off. So put your base right on your cut line. And you know where your cut line is on your on your mat, and I'm just cutting my base, cutting from the base there. Okay, and then turn it to the side. Again, place it on your cut line. And then we're going to cut that base. Just cut the tails off that base. Okay, and guess what? Here's that little piece that's going to go right down there. Okay, now if you have one of these handy dandy erasers, then erase your cutting mat. I know some people have additional cutting mats that they use just for stickiness, but I find you just erase it. Okay, and now the little piece that we took off one of the sides is going to finish off this little bottom here. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right on the bottom. And it goes perfectly right in that little spot. Okay, so that just finished off my bottom piece here with that little strip I took off the top. And I'm just going to clip this now with my scissor from the back. Okay, so we have our first one done, our first row. And now our next row, what I think it's easiest to do is to start up by the 11.5 inch. Okay, so we're going to go the 11.5 inch, and then we're going to go to about 8.5. Okay, so whatever our, oh, I just covered up my strips here. And you can go in a little bit of a different order for this one. So I might just do this one first. So you're starting at about 10.5. You're starting here, the next row, you are actually starting right where your first diagonal strip went. I'm trying to hold this on the angle here. So you're starting here, right where this tip top of that's where we started at 11.5. But now this is going to be on the diagonal, and then that's going to be probably at 8. 8.5. Yes, the bottom is going to go to 8.5. Okay, so put your tape on that. So just angle it so your bottom of your strip hits the 8.5 mark, and you have another about 1/8 of an inch, about the same amount of distance that you have on the other ones. Okay, and now just build it from there. And you can switch up your papers as well. Okay, so now the flat edge just goes next, and then just about 1/8 of an inch. And then another one. So it looks a lot more complex. The key is getting that first one in, and then the rest is just about 1/8 of an inch difference all the way down. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then your fourth one is going to be a small one. And I actually might be able to use one of these smaller strips up there, up at the top. So I think I will end up using that piece that was left over. Okay, so you have 4 strips and a little piece on the side, and then just 4 strips up at the top. Okay, and I'll show you this really up close so you can see It's about 1/8 of an inch in between all of the strips. Okay, and this is the intersection where they kind of meet, but it's 1/8 of an inch apart as well. Okay, and now I'm still going to put it back on my trimmer and cut all the tails that are hanging off. And a very, very fun and fast edging here on your page. Okay, and then that is the design. And if you were going to do another one, I would put my paper here on this side and then line it up so you can again start at the 11.5 inch in the middle and then have it still go down to the 6-inch mark down here. But line them up in the middle just so that you can get these two edges very close together, because that's going to be your important meeting place there. Okay, and now you're ready just to either, add mats or anything that you want. I'm just using, there's some mats here that are 3.5 by 5, and you can put, or you can use mats from the mat pack or anything you want. You can use circles. Yeah, I used some circles on these as well. So I'm going to quick put these down, and then, but you can use 4x6s also. 4x6s will work. And I had 4x6s on the birthday one. These were 4x6s, and then a 3.5 by 6 on that. And this also could, instead of being slanted, it could be straight up and down. So this is just finishing off that page here, and maybe this one I'm probably going to change this one and make this one a little bit bigger in the middle. And I'm just going to put a title in here. And these were just some of the fun things from, going to decorate it with some of the fun things from that riveting pack, which was the do it yourself home improvement collection. So there's some stickers and some fun die cuts in that pack. And I'm just gonna place those on here. Okay, and I will make that middle one bigger. So there you have it. There's your fun technique. I hope you like it. You can see that it looks different for many different papers. So that is riveting. Tell me which one you like the best. This one is from secret box number 2, which was called Sweet Delight. Secret box number 2. And this was a birthday one from Birthday Bonanza. So you can find my other videos on my YouTube channel. It's Bev DeBono Designs. And I hope you tune in again and take another one of my technique classes. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.